Hello and welcome, fellow great again, to this very important episode of Make America Great or Die Trying. I'm your host, FrozenRelic, and this is a super important episode because this is the episode that we find out if I'm being reelected as President of the United States for a second term where mayhem can ensue. So when we left off, we were kind of looking at this panel here, the quarterly report, and we saw that pollution, extreme nationalism, and the uncompetitive economy situations have all come to an end. Unemployment's going down, health is going up, and let's see, what did we ended up doing? We ended up doing lower property tax, lower inheritance tax, importing tariffs. Not importing the tariffs, but doing import tariffs. City farm policy, keep America great and tidy again campaign. And we actually increased food stamps as a popularity measure, trying to boost our chances for re-election. Because, we can always take it back as soon as I'm elected. So right now I'm sitting at 54% popularity. And the Great Against Party is 62.3 million. It's definitely on an increase. I'll have to check that to see how the opposition's doing and see if they're still in their free fall. For this episode, I'm going to play the final 2 quarters of year 4 and see what happens with the election. Now, this entire series, I have been talking about the tobacco tax, and I just haven't been doing it because it's very expensive. However, in this episode, if it's the only thing I can do, then that's what I'm going to do, because I promised, although I could just say it's a campaign promise and just conveniently forget it and not do it, but I am going to do something with the tobacco tax. Whether, I'll most likely raise it, but lowering it is an option as well. Maybe if there's some popularity points to be had, maybe that's a thing. So let's kind of jump in here. I have 24 political capital. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, these guys. Okay, so we are getting just hammered on 3 fronts now. And now, okay, so this is just very bad. My political capital per turn has dropped all the way to 20. So from 25 to 20. That is a ridiculous decline. We can thank this idiot, Earl James, this idiot, Andrew Gonzalez, and this idiot, really idiot, Bobby Gray. Again, you're a religious capitalist. Why are you upset, bro? Why are you upset? But Earl James, I get it. You're a motorist liberal. And a retired trade unionist, I kind of understand. Although his fall seems to have kind of leveled a little bit and not been as dramatic. I'll tell you what, I really just want to fire the entire lot of them. I'm just completely upset with all of them. They're not winners. They're not being bigly. I definitely need to get rid of them. Now, here's the thing. If I just dump these 3, every time I dump one of them, these other ones are going to start fearing for their jobs, and then their political capital is going to decline. So it's the way I look at it is we just got to dump them all. But I'm not going to do it right now. It's 10 of my 24 political capital coming up on an election. Gonna try to hold on here a little bit. So let's kind of run through these real quick. We have that new Battenberg group, the industrialists, wealthy industrialists, and they are growing. They're at 316. Their threat's kind of rising. Not really worried about it too much. This is interesting. The Church of Christ is back at it again. So they had at one point, whatever it was, like over 11 million members, completely got decimated down to nothing. But now they're actually back up to about almost 3 million. So maybe that's something, if we get reelected, to keep an eye on. Let's go over here to, actually, I'm just going to go over and look at the chart. Oh, by the way, let's go over and look at the charts. So debt's continuing to go up. The expenditures, though, you can see from back a few quarters that I did level it off, so that's fine. The big problem here is this income just kind of like going down. It is starting to maybe level. We'll have to see. Hopefully this will kind of come up. This whole GDP stuff is definitely a killer. So, right. So let me go into tobacco tax for 1 second and see. So it's 27 to raise. So I can't even raise it. So I'm going to have to basically blow a turn just to get the capital to do it. So I will do it, but I'm going to wait until the 4th quarter of the 4th year. So I need to make sure I save. God, at the rate this cabinet's going, I don't even know. So I'm getting 20. If I get 20, I'm going to need to save 7. Maybe I'm going to save a couple more just to be safe. So maybe 9, which means that I have about 15 political capital this turn to utilize. Unless I want to lower it. So if I lower it, I'm not really gaining anything here. The tobacco use goes up. I'm not really gaining with people. So most likely I'm going to come in next quarter because I want the money. And if you remember, if you watched, back in, maybe it was the first video or second video, this income from the tobacco tax was actually somewhere around $100 billion a quarter. So this is what happens when people stop smoking. And this is why I wanted to have a campaign option to like encourage smoking. It's like all the stars are doing it. It's great. Go out and do it. And then I can tax it and I can make, a couple $100 billion per quarter maybe. And then, sure, there's some healthcare costs that are going to come up with it, but then I would just go into healthcare and spend the political capital to suspend it completely. And like, that's on you. We've got to make sure we revert this. So let's get out of here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So that's going to be next quarter. I think what I'm going to tackle this quarter, let's see. Ooh, I can't even do that. So this cabinet has really, really hammered me. So what I wanted to do was go into public services. Was it public services? Yeah. And do the national anthem at the start of the news. Very popular with voters. So again, this is one of these nice things to do right before the election. It's takes 1 quarter, so we're going to get that. But it's 18 political capital, and that's only going to leave me with 6. And if I get 20, this capital this next turn, that brings 26. And now I'm one stupid political capital from being able to do my promise of the tobacco tax. My only option there to keep the promise, I guess, would be to lower it. That's kind of sad. That's really one of the things I wanted to do. So I guess we're not going to do that. So let's go get out of here for a second and look at. I actually want to look at sales tax. Was it this one? No, it's capital gains. It was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, sales tax. Okay, so sales tax is at 16% right now. If I lower it, and at 92 billion, if I give up 40 billion of this, let's see. We are going to, we're going to see some changes. I'm going to keep that as an idea. I definitely wanted to mess with sales tax a little bit, but it might actually be the only option that we have. So looking at middle income again, as I was last video. So we have welfare fraud department, the home fabrication grants, property tax, school tax, inheritance tax. Pretty much have done what I think I can do here. Lowering the income tax further is just, man, that's a hit. I'm gonna revert that. That's definitely not going to happen. Home fabrication grants. Yeah, I thought so. Already maxed out. We can kind of look for maybe something to do for a little bit more popularity. So I'm kind of looking in because I think, let's see. You know what? Let me look. Yeah, so we've lost everything with the capitalists because of the debt crisis. And if I hover over the debt crisis, this is a big one. Actually, I think my last video when I was mentioning the Reds, I may have missed the debt crisis, but this is a huge one. And as you can see by this chart, it's just going to be a thing. We're not getting around it, so might as well ignore it. The brain drain is just continuing to go up. There's not much here that can be done because I'm not going to mess with these things. So that's another thing that we'll have to live with. Skill shortage. Yeah, there's not. I was thinking about maybe making a quick play into the state schools, but to do anything with this is costing too much political capital. I am really handicapped at this point if I want to do the tobacco tax. Let's kind of look around. Where is alcohol consumption? Oh yes. I don't believe I actually did that yet. So I was looking at the ad campaign. So yeah, let me go back over here. Let me go here. Was that in? Let's see, free meals, public libraries, some language stuff. Interesting. Was it? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's in welfare. Nah. Okay. So we have alcohol awareness campaign. So it says alcohol can be dangerous, even in moderation. To raise awareness of that, this campaign will show all the trouble that alcohol can get you into, from ruined friendships over accidents and addiction to sickness and death. So this takes 2 quarters to implement, costs 2 political capital, it's going to cost a couple billion because I will max it out. And I actually think this is something I'm going to implement. I'm not going to probably do much this turn because need to save it up for this next turn. But let's go ahead and do this. And alcohol consumption is going to drop, and this is going to be good for things like productivity, which then feeds into GDP and so forth. So let's apply these changes. Yay, we did something. Thank you, Cabinet. You're the bestest. Okay, so just kind of taking a peek around here in case I forgot something that I was actually... Oh yeah, tax shelters. Ooh. We could actually do this. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. This was on my thought list as well. So tax shelters. So by not fully taxing the wealth of the super rich, tax shelters can be a great way to encourage successful entrepreneurs to make our country their home. With an ever-shrinking world, the rich are free to settle wherever they please. Encouraging them to live here may mean that they spend their wealth in this country. Such measures can be very unpopular with the poor, who resent paying tax on their much lower earnings. So let's go ahead and get these tax shelters going. Yay! We're gonna max them out because why not? $9 billion is our cost. We're going to, I mean, look at this. Wealthy, 48%. Socialist, maybe this isn't the best move right before the election, but hey, let's live on the edge. We are gonna drop a socialist, which is probably gonna hurt us a good bit because we were doing okay. We're kind of handling them, and maybe not so much now. The quality, of course, is going to take a hit, but we are going to get about almost 14% with capitalists, and I'm really kind of looking for that boost before this election. Also, the boost to GDP, high earnings. Yeah, we take a hit with foreign relations, and that's fine. And then, of course, technical advantage. The brain drain, wow. Yeah, so... make sure I'm reading this right, because every now and then I get these mixed up. I believe it's going to be 50% worse, but I actually don't care. That's just doing whatever. It's either going to be 50% worse or 50% better. I can't see how it's going to be better, but yeah, it shouldn't be better. So, all right, let's go ahead and apply these changes. Click. All right. I've got 9 political capital left. If I get at least 18, I think I get 20 on the next turn, actually. I think that's what that meant, but whatever. If it's at least 18, then I've got enough for the tobacco tax to keep my campaign promise of doing it, and then we can see this election. So we do have a question to get to first. Let's click over here. Oh yes, delivery drones. Always forget about these questions. I need to start doing them ahead of time. An international retailer, we'll call Slamazon, wants to introduce delivery of shipments by autonomous cargo quadrocopters. Sounds exciting, actually. The general public is excited by this prospect, but trade unionists are highly critical, predicting job losses and accidents. The retailer has requested permission to start a pilot project, and current legislature does not cover commercial drones. So we have 2 very simple things. We can allow delivery drones, and the pilot program will not offer delivery drone to customers just from one depot to the next. This technology is safe enough to allow that. Or we can just, go the anti-route. And it was like, with police drones and military drones, public airspace is already getting overcrowded. Private drones would unnecessarily increase the risk drone-related of accidents. So, yeah, that was kind of a weird sentence there. Sorry, I'm just looking at the writing of that sentence. Anyway, we can allow or disallow. We actually are going to allow because, who are we to get in the way of the progress of big business? So let's select that. And we are set. Okay, let's go ahead and click next. And we are going into our final quarter of the first term of the presidency. Let's hope something exciting happens. Next. Gonna do a little gerrymandering. Good. Let's get that set up for getting reelected. Okay. Yeah, of course Earl James needs to talk to us. Oh, I hate this guy. I super hate you. You are not bigly, sir. You are not bigly at all. Okay, so unemployment's down. We've won an aerospace contract. That's always nice. Earl James, of course, is himself, and that's a problem. 55%. Okay, so we're getting there. 64 million in the Greatikins. That's good. We're going up. Let's see here. What's down here? Loyal and good cabinet. I beg to differ. And then, of course, the same group, the was it Brattenbergs or Battenberg group? There's still a problem. We'll see how much of a problem they are. So let's continue real quick. And let's go into our cabinet. Oh, good Lord. We just made it. Yeah, I figured. So now they're down to 19. So I have just enough to fulfill my promise of the tobacco tax, and I'm going to raise it straight on up. Okay, so as you can see in this cabinet, we basically have a bunch of 1-star people. Andrew Gonzalez is at 1. Earl James is at 1. I don't know why Andrew didn't want to talk as well. And Bobby Gray, the very confused Bobby Gray, is at 1.1. And yeah, so 19 capital. I can't do anything about it because I did promise the tobacco tax was coming. But I can tell you this much: if I do get reelected here in a minute, they're gone. So let's go here. Let's actually go back to the quarterly report for a second. So, one of our aircraft manufacturers has just won a huge contract to produce new planes. This is great news for the industry and superb news for employment and the economy as a whole. Pundits are saying a business-friendly tax system is one of the reasons we got the contract. You're very welcome. That's bigly. Okay, so unemployment has gone down, GDP has gone up. That's a great thing right there. Let's look at our election report. Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay, we've got a shot here. So we're at 64. I think we got more of a shot actually. We're at 64 million people, and the Popular Front, our opposition, is down all the way to 52 million. Also, their activists have declined, and we've actually finally overtaken them in that aspect. So we are looking pretty good. Let's go back over to the quarter report. And let's see what Earl James has to say. Is he going to tell us how much he sucks? Let's find out. Okay, warning from your minister. Earl James, currently working as your chancellor, is displeased with current government policy, which is unpopular with their core supporters, motorists, and liberals. As a result, there is a danger of the minister wanting to spend more time with their family in the near future. So this resignation would, of course, hurt my popularity. So it's telling me it may be worth adjusting policies. How about we just adjust him? That's the quicker route. So Earl James is due for an adjustment so he can go spend all his time with his family, and his career will then be a failure. Okay, so, and that's the price of not being loyal to the president. I demand loyalty. I demand it. Okay, so where am I going to go? Okay, let's go over to intelligence briefing. So the Battenberg group is actually increasing. They're now at 633. I'm not really concerned with that. If it gets up a little bit more, maybe look into some of these other things down here. I think more importantly, aside from seeing if we even get reelected at all, is getting the cabinet in order, because now it's at 19 political capital. Yeah, I can't do much with that. So Church of Christ is going up in membership, but it's actually less than last time, so not sure why that's... Oh, maybe they meant the threats going up. Maybe this is what this is for. Not actually sure. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's go look at our opinion polls, see what's going on. We've kind of leveled out with environmentalists. Farmers is going up. Commuters is going up. Religious is oh, actually, that's interesting. Religious went way up. So again, Bobby Gray, what is your problem, dude? Oh, sorry. That's religious is the same. The wealthy went way up. Okay, now I get it. As expected, socialists went way down. But whatever. We're good with that. Capitalists have finally started going up, but if you can see back, way back over in here, some quarters ago, we just died, and that's going to take time to come back from. So let's look at our focus group. We are heading into an election. We have a nun here, Rebecca Long. She's very loyal, 88.89%, very nice, and she's pretty likely to go to the polls and vote. So thank you for your vote, Rebecca. It's gonna random this person. All right, this dude is into grunge music, and not a dude at all. This is Shirley. Shirley is loyal, 88.67%, 100% voting probability, of course, and a esteemed member of the Greatikins. Thank you very much, Shirley. Let's go to somebody else. Boom. All right, William Gray. When he's not skateboarding, he's pounding an energy drink. He's loyal, though, so that's very nice. He's not a member of any party, because that's totally not cool. He's making $123,000 skateboarding. Must be a popular YouTuber. And, yeah, we're liking that. So thank you very much for your vote, William. And I'm going to do a new group here. Keith is mildly unhappy. He's not a member of anything, not a party of anything. He's just a nothing. He's also 28% is his likelihood to vote. So I'm sorry, Keith, but you don't matter. Moving on. This person right here with a bullhorn. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. A little bit of a UI problem, unless he's a party member of a party called the Unhappies. But he is moderately unhappy. 39% voting probability. I'm gonna guess he's gonna be a little busy and he's not gonna vote. So maybe he doesn't matter. And let's look at Grandma here. Ooh, she's annoyed. Rubywood is very annoyed. Probably gonna come out to vote. So. All right, sorry about that, but we're going to have to move on. The nice thing about these policies now, as you can see, is we've got quite a lot of green here in our main screen, so that's great. I think all of this has kind of helped, and I kind of feel like we're going to get reelected here. So let's look at our changes. So what do we got here? Same for a lot of this stuff. Health is up 24%, so this is very good. Unemployment's down 17%. High earnings is going up. You know, middle earnings is still kind of in the tank here. And yeah, so alcohol consumption is going down, so that's very good. And you know, tobacco use going down is kind of sucky. So when I do the tobacco tax, it's not going to be as great as it was going to be initially. So sad face. It's got our compass. Yep, pretty much. Our compass ever so slightly up. I mean, very hard to tell, obviously. And we are continuing to go more towards capitalism and away from socialism. So let's get out of here. All right, so that's pretty much the rundown. We already know where we're going, so let's just get over here so we can see this election. Okay, so tobacco tax. So despite the failure of tobacco companies to admit it, there is good reason to believe that smoking has negative effects on health. This is used as a justification for taxing tobacco. Cynics point out that the government benefits hugely from a tax on a product that is supposedly against. Health campaigners encourage the tax as a way to encourage a more healthy population. And of course, it's our very, very, very good friend, Earl James. Yeah, so this guy. So anyway, it's going to cost almost all my political capital to raise. Although I could lower it, but I don't see why. I'm going to raise it all the way, which is going to give about, whatever it was, like $63 billion a quarter gain. And yeah, we're going to have some effects here on everyone. Poverty, equality, and tobacco use should just pretty much dive. But this is kind of a sucky thing for us because I'm really doing it for the money. And when the tobacco use declines and the tobacco tax declines, and this kind of becomes really just one expensive, pointless thing. Unless, of course, you're concerned about the health, but, you know, there's no money and there's not enough money in healthy people. So, all right, let's apply. Campaign promise fulfilled. Nice. Okay, here we are. I've got one political capital, not much to do. Things are what they are. Wealthy's going up. And this is the turn where we hit the next button and see if I get reelected. So is this going to be the last video in the series, or will there be a few more? Let's find out. Next. Yes, buying votes. Oh, good. This is exactly what I need to do. Of course, obviously, I'm not buying votes, but I definitely would be buying votes because I want to be reelected. So click. Election results. Okay, let's see. So the activist turnout for us, 16%, for the opposition, 15%. So we have a slight lead there. Let's go ahead and hit the start count button and let's hope. Click, click. Got it. Well, maybe not. Maybe, yes, maybe. Look at all these non-voters too. Very nice. Player turnout, man. All right. Nice. We did it. But basically by 2%. So 1 by 2%. Or as I like to say, we actually got 100% of the vote if you don't count the opposition. So we've done it. There's the count. Let's look at the breakdown real quick. And capitalists turned out 70%. I only got 47% of their vote, though. That was interesting. I kind of expected a little bit more. The religious turnout's kind of what maybe helped bring us over the top. 71% turnout, and we got 86% of their vote. And conservatives. So basically, again, why was Bobby Gray so upset? So religious conservatives were our big turnout here. So I don't know why that guy was upset. Yeah, then we have changes. So let's click on begin next turn. Oh yeah, okay. So achievement unlocked, divisive leader, a narrow victory by just squeaking past the point needed for re-election. You've managed to retain power, but are widely seen as a divisive leader. Nice! Exactly what I wanted. Oh, another one. Yeah, okay. You know, what's interesting is, I've played this before, so... Okay, well, I guess I must have had something off. So, I've achieved electoral success because I've been elected for another term. Ooh, capitalist plot. Our intelligence network has identified a potentially serious plot by a number of wealthy industrialists, oh, that's that group again, to force the overthrow of the government. The plot seems to be in the early stages, and we are not in the position to make arrests yet, but it is clear that some capitalists consider it desirable to engineer a replacement for me. I should be cautious. Thanks for that advice for sure. Okay, we have definitely got a problem here. And we're going to deal with that in the next video. So just kind of as a tease here, we have a same-sex marriage question coming in the next video. We have a rare earth crisis. So this goes back, when we started, I kind of wanted to do the rare earth mining, but it takes 4 years to do. So I'm obviously not doing it now. And it takes 32 political capital, which is a huge ask. So Bobby Gray is now upset. He wants to talk. It doesn't matter. I'm thinking I'm going to take a look first. Take a look, but I'm thinking that this cabinet needs to go. Sitting at 51% polls, but actually don't care about this anymore because 2 terms is the max. We're going to start kind of diving into what we want to do now. Supportive and Good's the cabinet, and the same terror group. And as you just saw, they're definitely plotting. So maybe the CCTV cameras are going to be a thing. So. Anyway, that's going to do it. I want to say congratulations to myself because I was reelected for the 2nd term. I am definitely a big league president. And in the 2nd term, there's going to be some stuff going down because now we're not concerned about popularity. We're more concerned about, not overall popularity. We're concerned about the popularity of the people we care about. So it should be fun, and I hope you like this video. Go ahead and like it if you did. Subscribe to the channel, tell somebody, and all that fun stuff. And I will see you for term 2 in the next video.